What's up everyone, I'm Justin. It really puts a smile on my face that movies like this and Shang-Chi aren't getting delayed. With all this craziness making a little return, I was kind of getting worried, but there is hope for the fall lineup of movies. And lucky for me, I was able to score a slightly early screening to Nia DaCosta's requel, Candyman. So this film is one of those movies that's a direct sequel to the original film while also revamping the franchise to a new generation. Kinda like the 2018 Halloween film. I will say though, earlier this year I watched the first 1992 Candyman film with Tony Todd and it was decent. I did like Candyman himself, but I don't know, the film surrounding it's just something about it missed its mark for me. So I didn't really have any attachment to the franchise, but holy shit, fast forward to now, the director and Jordan Peele absolutely killed it with this iteration. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who played Black Manta in Aquaman, he's our main character that's an incredible painter who's struggling to find his next masterpiece, until he gets wrapped up in the history of this Candyman legend, similar to Helen Lyle in the first movie. Dude nailed this role, let me tell you, and I can't wait to see what's next for him in Hollywood. Teyonah Parris, who played Monica in WandaVision, is definitely a standout in this film. This girl has got range, like just completely distraught at times, cynical, and she's got jokes too. Since this is a predominantly black project this time around, I just think it thrives more and embraces the culture. You see things from the perspective of someone of color, and not just the struggles, but Teyonah Parris, there's a scene where she's locked in this room, right? And she goes to look around and she sees a door, opens the door and looks at the basement. She takes one look, she's like, nah, and closes the door. I was dying. White people just go into that creepy shit without even thinking. The original Candyman piano theme can be heard throughout the film. They're like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know what it is about subtle piano music that just makes a horror movie that more chilling. There's multiple scenes where they're telling the backstory and lore of Candyman and they're all done via like puppetry animation. That was awesome to see. Mostly everything about this film won me over. It catches you up on events that happened in the previous films. So even for people who haven't seen the other movies, I think it's gonna land with you too. The most important thing about this movie though, the horror aspect. It was pretty damn good, let me tell you. Visually, just the detail this time around when you see people cut open or deformed. I just have to shout out the makeup and VFX department for that. The way this movie was filmed even, one of my favorite kills takes place inside of a building. Sort of. The camera is slowly panning out and you see the kill taking place, but all you can hear is the ambient noise of outside. So you get this really cool long shot of a kill and you actually have to pay attention to realize what's happening. The presence of Candyman was unsettling and this time around he's just presented in a way where I actually view him as a huge horror icon now, right up there with Freddy and Jason. The kills were pretty good. I think you could have gotten more creative at times and done a few that just stood out from the rest, but hey, I'm still happy with what I got. Overall, I just can't believe how much this film surprised me. Fantastic execution, great perspective shift from the original one too. For those unfamiliar, the original movie had a white director and a white lead opposite of Candyman himself, Tony Todd. Obviously, my opinion on black representation in films shouldn't really matter, but I don't know, I just think that's why it made this film much more impactful. One thing though, I don't know if it was just me, but I think the second half of this movie got a little bit convoluted, whereas they were trying to tell certain backstories and do flashbacks, all while trying to focus on the main plot. And it just reminded me of the Netflix show The Witcher, how they used to bounce around all the time and it was up to you to just kind of figure out the timeline in your head. Regardless, I need to watch this movie again. I just enjoyed it that much and maybe I'll pick up on some shit I missed out on the first time. Growing up as a kid or an early teenager, I didn't see Child's Play, I didn't see Halloween, I didn't see Candyman. So maybe that's why I prefer these reboots slash requels, if you will. I get a lot of shit from my friends who love Chucky and Michael Myers. Trust me, I've heard it all. Getting back to this movie though, I highly recommend this. It's entertaining as hell despite some flaws. So once again, thanks for stopping by everyone. Until next time.